Hello everyone. Today we are going to study a new lesson. But before that, let's discuss on this question. Do animals need our empathy and care too? Why? Do you think animals like pets or any wild animal, they need our empathy too? What is empathy? When you feel exactly how others feel. Now children, even if we don't care about animals and what happens to them, we still care about our existence. And our existence is not something that can stand alone in this world. It is dependent on our environment, our Mother Earth, and all the animals, even all the insects which seem insignificant to you right now, like a humble bee. You chase them with things when you see them because you are afraid that it might sting you. But do you know the trees will not survive if the bees disappear because there will be no one to pollinate. So, all the creatures who share this earth with us are actually more important than us. Mother Earth can very well survive without humans. We don't do anything to aid nature. We are just using it. But these animals, they are essential for the environment. And because of that, we prize ourselves as the most intelligent. I don't know if we are actually, the way we are leaving destruction in our trail. I sometimes doubt we are the most intelligent ones because we just use and we don't think while using. Yes, but we do prize ourselves. It's a general conception that we are the most intelligent animals on this earth. Then we should use that intelligence, but we should not let go of the humanity inside you. And that humanity gives us empathy, means we feel what others are feeling, and because of that we care about others, and we should care about all the creatures, all the living things, the non-living things. Even a stone, when you move it, it creates a ripple, and it you know um, weakens the base. So illegal minings and all, those are not living things which are damaged when we do illegal mining, but it still in turn damages our planet, our environment. So we should deeply care and have empathy for animals. And it's not that they are going to benefit from it. We ourselves are going to benefit from that too. Okay, now let's see what this lesson is all about. Now this is a project that I have already assigned you, and we have done this in the class too. Owls in the family. Looks cute, na? Okay, now this story is written by Ruskin Bond. He's an Indian author of British descent, and he lives with his adopted family in Landour, Mysore, India. The Indian Council of Child Education, he writes basically stories about children. He has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India, and he has been awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Devra, his novel in English, for which he was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. So he's a well-known author. This story, the main characters are owls and grandfather, grandma, and little Ruskin. Setting up the story is Dehradun. Let's start this warm-up exercise you do in your book. Now the story. One winter morning, the author and his grandfather found a spotted owlet. Now there are many different kinds of owls, and spotted owlet is one of them. Owlet means a small baby owl. By the veranda steps of our home in Dehradun in northern India. Okay, so grandfather picks up the owlet, and the owlet protests. It hisses and it clacks its bill, threatening, self-preservation, trying to scare off somebody who is touching you. It's coded in the DNA of animals because that is the way they try to save themselves. Okay. But when the grandfather offered a meal of raw meat and water, the owlet started trusting him. It understood that this person is not trying to harm me, and he settled under the bed of the child, the one who is narrating the story. Yes. Now, small spotted owlets are small birds, and they have none of the sinister appearances of larger owl. What is sinister? Dangerous and mysterious. Somebody who is looks like will harm you. The owlet is not normally afraid of humans, nor is it strictly a night bird. We think that owls are a night bird, but it prefers to stay at home during the day, as it is sometimes attacked by other birds who consider all owls their enemies. As owls are predators, they are feared by other birds, so their babies are in danger from them. The little owlet was quite happy under my bed the following day, the author says, and then they found a second baby owlet, almost to the same spot on the veranda. And then they realized that the rainwater pipe emerged from the roof. In that place, there was a rough sort of nest from where the owlets had fallen. So, they took the second young owl to join the first and fed them both. They took care of them. When I went to bed, they were on the window ledge just inside the mosquito netting. In the, some of our flats might be having this mosquito netting on the windows. So you are familiar with the concept. So at night, they both were sitting there on the window ledge by the mosquito net. The window was closed, but not by glass, but by the mosquito netting. And later that night, the mother owl found them, and from the outside the window she kept on crooning and gurgling for a long time. And when the child got up in the morning, what did he see? He see that she had left a mouse with its tail tucked through the netting, and so that it doesn't escape. And the author feels that she had no trust in him as a foster parent. What is a foster parent? Someone who is temporarily taking care of a child. The young birds thrived because they were well fed and taken care of. And 10 days later, grandfather and the child took them to the garden to release them. And when the child placed them on a branch of the mango tree, and one owlet he placed, and he was stooping to pick up the other one, suddenly he received a heavy blow on the back of the head. And who do you think attacked? Yes, the mother owl. And a second or two later, the mother owl swooped down at grandfather too. But he was agile enough to duck out of his way. So, when after 10 days of taking care of the owlets, they came to the garden of the house to release them on the mango tree, and placed one owlet on the branch, and he bent down to pick up the second one. He was attacked by the mother. Why? Because she must have thought that they are harming the owlets. Yes. The grandfather and the child both were attacked by the owlet. Quickly, the child placed the second owl under the mango tree, and then from a safe distance they watched as the mother fly down and led her offspring into the long grass on the edge of the garden. Now, one more thing, children, while you read the lesson, try and make note of the description of the place that is there as a setting. Don't just listen to the characters and read about the characters of the story. There are fine details about how the place looks, and those details are equally important, so you should notice them. Okay, that helps you when you write your fill in the blanks questions. We thought she would take her family away from our rather strange household, because for an owl, a person, people are strange only, yes. So, but the next morning, what they saw, the two young owlets were perched on the hat stand in the veranda. Means they were back. There was a hat stand on the veranda, and those owlets were sitting on it. The child ran to tell his grandfather, and when he came back, they found that the mother was sitting on the bird bath a few meters away, and she was evidently feeling sorry for her behavior the previous day, because she greeted us with a soft woo woo. See, even animals, they realize when you show compassion and when you take care of them, they change their usual mistrust about you and start trusting you. So the owlets returned. Mother them herself sent them, and she was also there to greet them. Why? Because the children must have in their own language conveyed that the family was good and they took care of us. Yes, that all the animals, they can interact with each other and understand things, and they are very trusting beings. Why they attack? Because we harm them. It's not that a bee stings you because she is getting anything from stinging you. No, it's just that it is her defense against you. She's fearing that you might harm it. Any animal which attacks you, we are not a normal food for any animal, right? They attack us when they feel threatened by us. Any dog on the street, if they are attacking humans, means that some humans must have threatened them, harmed them in some way or the other. Okay, now the next part of the story we will complete in our next video.